Hey, what's going on, everyone? I meant to do this video weeks ago, months ago, weeks ago. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you the experience I had back in October of test driving a Model 3, Tesla Model 3. And yeah, it's now December, almost January, and I just found some time to do it. So without, well, maybe there's a spoiler. I'm recording this video in my Model 3 now, but to backtrack, back in October, I was in the market for a new vehicle for a test drive. So basically what happened in the test drive, we went to the Buena Park. My son and I went to the Buena Park dealership. We arrived, the person I spoke with greeted us there. He was actually with another customer, and so he sat us down and said, hey, I'll be right back, I'm still taking care of some customers, but you know, I got some paperwork for you to sign, and I need a copy of your driver's license. So about a minute or so, he comes back with an iPad mini with an electronic document that pretty much states that you know, you're going for a test drive, you know, the usual, you will be held responsible if you break any laws, that you should follow the laws, you're gonna be safe, and you know, the usual stuff. So I signed it on the iPad, gave him my driver's license. He made a copy of it, and then he's like, okay, I'll be right back, I'm gonna make a copy of your license, and then I'll bring the car around. Okay, so he came back, he dropped off the license, he excused himself once again, and then a few minutes later he pulls up in a blue with black interior Model 3 performance package. So this is the top end, you know. So he calls me outside, and he had me sit in the driver's seat, and my son went to the back seat, and he went over just the basic controls. He showed me the left and right stalks, like what it does, turn signals, changing gears, park, drive, reverse, neutral, the usual stuff. He showed me a few settings on the screen where I would adjust my side mirrors, and then he also showed me how to adjust my seats. You know, just basic stuff. He spent a few minutes showing it to me. So this is where it's like weird. Once he's done helping me out and showing me the basic stuff, my next thing I thought he was gonna do was to go to the passenger seat and pretty much go on a test drive with me. It didn't happen. He's like, all right, go ahead, have fun. You have 15 minutes. Take it for a spin and come back because someone else is in line waiting to test drive it. And I was like, wait, what? You're not going with me? And he's like, no, I have other customers I have to tend to, but yeah, go ahead and take it for a spin. And I'm like, what? Okay. Then I realized this car is like connected to the mothership, so they know exactly where this car is, so you can't really go far, and you know, without them knowing where it is, the exact location and everything. So but it was pretty cool. It was very cool. So my son and I pulled out of the dealership, and we went for a test drive. First thing I did is I safely accelerated, and wow. And this is the performance package that we test drove, and it's indescribable. The feeling, very indescribable. It's fast. It's very fast, but it's not hard to control either. So traction and everything was great. It's scary. It's scary that not because it's fast scary. I mean, it is fast, but it was more scary because I wanted to keep doing it. I wanted to keep pushing the pedal down. That's what I mean by it's scary. It feels good, that adrenaline, but you know, you gotta remember, you gotta stay safe. So yeah, so we took it around Buena Park. I wanted to get on the 5 freeway, but during that time it was traffic, so I was like, nah, I'll just take it on the street and see how it goes. So I skipped the freeway, and then we just drove around Buena Park. I think we went near Knott's Berry Farm, so we drove around a few miles, you know, thinking you gotta be back in 15 minutes. I did the usual like parking test, made a U-turn just to see what the turn radius is. It feels pretty good. It's just any other car. It's very quiet. I mean, my Prius, when it switches to battery mode, is pretty silent. But yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, but all the time it's quiet because my Prius still had an engine. It's a hybrid, so it's half internal combustion engine and half battery. And when it does switch to battery mode, it is silent, without the, well, it has that electronic whine, but yeah, same thing. But the Tesla is 100% battery, so it's always silent. It's very silent. The interior is minimalistic. Everyone says, you know, same old thing. Minimalistic. The seats, it's bucket seats. Like it's like a cup. You're just, I don't know. It feels weird, but it's okay. It was okay. And so there's a big screen in the middle. The cameras are pretty cool because it detects not only the cars that are around the vehicle, but it detected people on bicycles. It detected pedestrians. So it was pretty crazy. The difference is the performance. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you haven't experienced it, I guess maybe the closest I can really kind of describe it is like, imagine you're in an airplane and the plane is about to take off, and so you know that big push before the plane takes off, it's just like, it just punches it, right? It's kind of like that, but I think what helps with that feeling in the plane, when you're in the plane, the cabin is pressurized, so you're not gonna get that full effect of the plane like speeding. I mean, you do feel it speeding. I mean, you're going, you know, a couple 100 miles an hour just to get that thrust to have that plane fly off the ground. But the cabin is pressurized, so you don't get that full effect of like, whoa. But in the Model 3, when you step on that pedal, the cabin is not pressurized, so you're gonna feel it. If you haven't driven one, if you know someone with one, you know, just keep that in mind. Remember that it's an interesting experience. So drove for a few minutes around Buena Park, went residential area, played around with parking and parallel parking. I didn't know about the self-parking thing till later, but during the test drive I didn't know about it. But we played around with the screen, the different settings. It's like a giant cell phone. The screen and the car just feels like a phone with all the electronics, all the capabilities and stuff. So then we went back to the dealership, and the sales associate met us again, and so he's finished with the other customer. And so now it was our turn, so we sat down. I've already checked the website to see which trim I was interested in, and you know, the initial cost and stuff. And so we sat down. It's the same thing. They don't have any like backdoor website or ordering system. We pretty much sat down in front of a computer, went to the same exact website, and just played around with the options. It's the same website that anyone can go to. And so I felt no pressure. I mean, the only thing that he suggested, because at that point, I mean, I wanted the car. I still was just I wasn't sure yet. Wasn't sure if I could comfortably afford it. I could afford it. I wasn't sure if I could comfortably afford it. And so, and I haven't talked to my wife yet. But yeah, so what I ended up ordering is a long range Model 3, white exterior with white interior. I wanted the white interior because the last couple of cars I've always gotten white interior. I think it looks nice. And I rarely see Model 3s with white interior. At least the ones that I've seen have always been black. I do have kids, and for the most part, they're not going to be riding in the car. This is going to be my daily driver, and it's only going to be me. So, but yeah. And in the summertime, California, yeah, white interior, or the lighter the interior, the better. So that's why I chose the white interior. So it's a very interesting experience during the test drive, during the purchasing. I could have bought it myself at home, online. The cool thing about the experience, or one of the cool things, is the price is right there. Like, there's no wheeling and dealing, no like feeling after you bought it like, did I get a good price? Pretty much everyone pays the same price during that time. I mean, the prices do go up and down, but it's publicly displayed, like it's publicly known. Think of it as buying a gallon of milk online for $60,000 or something, or 40,000, or starting price 40,000. But at least everyone else who bought the trim level, you know, for the most part, they paid for the same amount. There isn't that weird feeling after leaving the dealership, like, man, did I get ripped off? Did I get a good deal? Like, no, that's the price. That's the price, you know. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's my experience with test driving and buying. So if you are in the market for a Tesla, I do have a referral link. If you don't have any other referrals, whatever, use mine. We both get free charging miles. So it's at the description below, and thank you for watching.